community home. I'll finish this story around so that you hear the end of the story. Or not about the Kachani. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. In my mind, this room is full to capacity. So please, can I hear an applause from a full to capacity room? Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to go straight on ahead and ask my panelists to please step up. I will invite them to all please step up, and I'll introduce you while you're here so they see your face. We have Mayor Sally Kim Kamango. We have, let me get the exact name. We have Resiko Kanyani. Sorry, let me carry on. And then Tabi Akola. And then we also have you know, I'm calling. I'm looking for a young name. My apologies, Dr. Adriana. Oh, I'm being informed that Tabi has stepped out. We are also expecting Lungo Mulomo. I don't know if he has made. Not. Okay. All right. Let's get on ahead with it. My name is Honorable Tekala Kachane, as I have been introduced. I am a communications and media practitioner. I am here to moderate this panel, and I would like to thank you for your attention. In fact, your attention is pivotal in the success of the entire objective. I want to quote a hip hop artist from Botswana who says, "It's not about me, it's not about them, it's all about the people." So as we are, aligning with the theme of this summit this year, which is about technology, talking about connectivity and all those data spaces, but then it's also about the people, and it's also about development. So we are aligning with that and appreciating you. Please give yourselves a round of applause for being the people that are here in it. So our sub-theme is about digital learning. It's entitled actually Digital Learning for Health and Development. This is about building skills. It's about building connectivity. It's about building a curriculum that will be able to facilitate and ensure a future-ready workforce in this very, very transformative time. Because the workplace has, I think we will all agree that the workplace has transformed so much that we are finding ourselves with a new type of problem, not a lack of employment, but a lack of skills for this transformed workforce, because the digital transformation, shifting societal values, adapting at a policy level to multilateral and global commitments, all that have reshaped where we work and what we do at work. So here this panel will talk about just that learning and relearning, retooling, reskilling for this workplace. All right? Let me ask you to please welcome my panel. I will first like to introduce you to Resiko Marakanyane. Resiko Marakanyane on the far end is a lecturer. He wants me not to use the word that is written here, which is senior lecturer, but because of his seniority in the time that he has been an educator, allow me to call you senior lecturer. Senior lecturer at the University of Botswana. A round of applause for the Marakanyane. I'd like to also introduce to my immediate left here, Dr. Adriana Bota. Dr. Adriana Bota is from the EBIT faculty at, no more.
No, I don't know where that comes from.
Okay, she is Dr. Adriana Bota. Let me give you this opportunity at least to just tell us your problem.
I don't know. I think that comes from the LinkedIn profile. I am a senior education consultant at Anthology International. It is an edtech company. I am responsible for the EMEA region, and that is Africa, South Africa, Middle East. And we promote the Blackboard Learning Management System together with Digicom. And we have already EPSC, Water University, Beach University on that learning management system. So we'll talk more about it a little bit later.
Okay. Let's give Dr. Bota a round of applause. Let's also welcome Ms. Kim. Sally Kim. She is the founder of Destination Imagination Botswana, and she is all about innovation, skills development, and so on and so forth. Sally, welcome. Let's give her a round of applause. All right, I'm going to take off with Sally because she has been my mentor. when we are talking technology summit. Let me just quickly find out how many of us in the room were at the Data and AI Summit last year? Okay. Well, new faces, that means the message is spreading to new places. So, yes. But anyway, I was going to say Ms. Kim is my mentor because when we're talking tech, we're talking AI, I don't even know Facebook. So she has been my mentor in that regard. And that's part of what she's going to speak to is mid-career professionals like myself when we're talking digital learning. It's not all about students at early childhood or early learning, but then also we're finding in this transition, in this transformation time that mid-career professionals are needing to be retooled and reshaped. And let's talk about the work that you are doing. And recently you did hold one such, and you did specifically target it to professionals. Let's take it from the top up. This need for digital learning, for relearning in the professional space to align with the future of the workplace, the interventions that you are engaged with.
Good afternoon, all protocols observed. I can see we have some senior dignitaries in the room, and thanks for your patience. It's going to lunchtime. But it has been a super rich and engaging conversation. I'm sure you've all enjoyed and you've all learned. And for me, what was touching me so much was the brains in the room, and to all impressed that you actually go like, I'm super impressed. I was actually going like, why are we still stuck? And you're questioning yourself. Why are we still going through this unemployment crisis? Right? So this is the question we answer. This is what we address in our everyday job. And what's happening is, okay, we've been so much on the campaign for children, youth, until the children we train, their parents started coming through and complaining, what about us? Why are you leaving us? We train educators, so we've been training from Cape to Cairo, teachers from all different, from the villages to the cities. And we started to address that gap. The 40s, the 50s. I'm not seeing a lot of the 40s in the room. But guess what? We don't need to leave anyone behind. So in addressing that, we've been running workshops on digital transformation. And then also we've seen it. There are so many people that have lost their jobs. And guess what the employers are saying? You're not future ready. So this is a call for us as experts or captains of the industry to make sure we are reskilling our people. We don't have shortages of jobs. What we have is shortage of skills. Do you agree with me? And Botswana is ready. You're not agreeing with me? Are you guys super hungry? We don't have a shortage of jobs. We have a shortage of skills, right? And there's a lot of the skills mismatch. So this is why we need to collaborate. We link up and we liaise with the employers, the industries, and get to know what do banks need, what do financial fintech industries, what is missing, and then us who are focusing on training, we train for specific needs, right? Thank you. That's my brief intro.
Okay. Once again, the room is full. Can we have that applause with full room? I'm going to ask Andrea to speak more or less to the same Dr. Water, because I am starting to suspect that with your introduction wrong, I might have a wrong set of questions for you. So please, if you could speak to just that, that competency building through the work that you have been doing.
Thanks very much. Now, I don't think you've got it wrong, because I was at UP for 7 years, and then I joined anthology, so you're still on the right track here. So there were 3 questions that were asked that we need to answer. We are in partnership with Digicom, as indicated in anthology, but we are in the Expo, and what we do see is exactly what our panelists are indicating is we're focusing so much on children and students, and we tend to leave the people in the workforce behind. So one of the questions that were asked for us was from our experience, how can digital education platforms help health workers trust and competency, especially in primary health care? So from my perspective, for me, it comes really down to 3 basic things, and that's access, relevance, and feedback. And that is, we are working with adult educators if we are talking about workforce. So for me and for our company, a good platform like Blackboard Learning Management System puts learning in the hands of those health workers, anytime, anywhere, which is vital for our rural clinics. So if the training is broken into small practical modules that actually links directly back to the work that they are doing in the clinics, it's easier at the end for them to apply their jobs. But when we add things like simulations, peer discussions, instant feedback, real-time assessment, badges, micro-credentials, everything that the online learning management systems can help with, we see that confidence grow in our health workers. But those health workers see their learning making a difference in their patient care as well, if you think of home care. If they get trained, if they get supported, if they get feedback, you are doing a great job. Let us help you, even online. Watch a video, how do you take vital signs? And they go to the homes, and they do it, and the patient is thankful, and the patient says, wow, this is done very well, I must feel much better. They get more confidence, and they will want to learn more. So, what we at Blackboard, with the Blackboard Learning Management System, want to do in terms of trusting and helping those healthcare workers to be competent is the system needs to support that. So we're using AI a lot. We use AI, you can check with me in the demo at the booth, to help you design courses. You don't have to be an instruction designer. Use the time that you are doing your best, the healthcare workers, and help the patients and help our people. But the system will help you to create that content online. The system will help you to create role plays where you can create an avatar, where the healthcare worker can go into a conversation and get prepared before they work with the patients. So for Blackboard, we want to help with health literacy through our Blackboard courses. We want to create that community awareness through our Blackboard organizations, and then capacity building. We need to focus on training the people who are going to be the facilitators of those courses for those workers. So,
okay. Let me take it right there. Let's give an applause for that response. I'm going to ask a little later, maybe in the next round, which perhaps would be the entrustable professional activities. Because we did hear a question earlier that humans don't even trust the physical doctors now, let alone the technical one. Let me come to you to find out. So where we are as a country, Botswana, we are looking at the possibility of perhaps a government partnering with the private sector to develop and to move towards adjusting the curriculum to be future ready. But what are the gaps now between the current curriculum and where we would like to have Botswana future proofed?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Professor Omar Kanyani. So I am a lecturer of business information systems with the University of Botswana. This is a business discipline in the information systems sort of program. And UB, as the mother institution, of course, in the university, it has a suite of technology-based, IT-based programs. First of all, we have the traditional computer science, and then there's the information systems group, which one is a computer information systems based degree. We have a business information systems degree, which is in business, and then we have an information management, you know, degree as well, which is more of your humanities, records management kind of degree. And then all these degrees, obviously through the policy accredited with Botswana Qualifications Authority. And over the years, over a five-year period, we are required to sort of evaluate these programs to see if they align with today's needs. So it's coincidence that we are in that space at the moment where we're actually revising some of the programs. And like I was saying, it would have been your traditional degree programs where you get taught your simple system analysis, system design, software development, just on more traditional ways of doing business. And then we've seen this, emergence of new technologies, your artificial intelligence, the whole digital transformation agenda of industrial revolution and all of that. And this is, talking to us as a university. How do we reinvent our programs to speak to the needs of today? How do we ensure that our graduates is suited for the future of work, and how we deliver our even just not just the program itself, even the methods of delivery. How do we deliver these programs so that in the process, this product that we are trying to mold, which is the graduate of today, how are they future ready? How are they work ready? So we would have then, programs that sort of support those kind of services, which include the Uniport, like a innovation center for the university where students then can come in and say, okay, I am an innovator, I have these business ideas. Then we help them to sort of get the business out of those ideas. So it's a more improved version of your traditional programs. Of course, the gaps are still there, which we need to, which we need to still look into.
I actually want to get there where the gaps are, because I don't know if you are in a position to speak for academia general, but because you are our token academic here, let me just throw it to you. You will answer to your best of your ability. Because universities or academia generally, the strength of any economy really relies on how much it is that knowledge or data or knowledge that is coming from academia can help shape the economy. When it comes to the curriculum, not just at tertiary level, but right from from early childhood, how much is academia poised to hold hands with Botswana, to relearn or to rescale?
Yeah. So
the curriculum, it is the redevelopment of curriculum.
Yeah. So there's two ways to it. First of all, it's the skills of those who are delivering these curriculum. I mean, we had a project that we were working with the Ministry of Education, just basic education, secondary schools, where we are sort of imparting some of these skills, and we still see those gaps that they still need for the teachers to be, given support to even enhance themselves on how they use technology. We've seen the programs where government has issued laptops to secondary school students and teachers. And we did a quick study of, do you see an impact? So here we empowered the teachers and the students with the laptops, but the actual skill of, this is just a tool, it's just a box, how do you make value out of this box, write programs around. So the whole idea of coming up with curriculum that sort of helps, supports those who impart these skills is equally as important as what you are giving to the students themselves.
Absolutely. In fact, I'm gonna bring you in there, Sally, because as a private entity, you have been coming into that space in a way through Destination Imagination. You have created learning models for these digital era skills, and I want to talk about that. Is just how much, or the same question, how well poised is the private sector to the work or partner with government in the retooling of our curriculum. What is your experience?
Thank you. And a very good question. The government is ready, and the government is very supportive. Like, we closely work with UNESCO. You can see the UNESCO chair, very senior person. It's like having a minister in the room. And every time we call upon them for any assistance, not just Ministry of Education, but still, UNESCO as part of them, they're always willing to help. So it's a call for this collaboration. Same with UB, the curriculum department. Anytime, sometimes we'll have guests coming from Australia, they're focusing on a particular, it could be like recently we had a workshop on maths, some guys came from Australia, and we went to curriculum department. So they give us the conference, they called the teachers. So that collaboration, the government is key. We work extensively with government schools. So far, we've trained more than 10,000 government schools. So if the government wasn't willing, we wouldn't be able to do that. And within those, the government donates in kind. So you find a lot of projects we do, if it's just feeding children, sometimes it will be just getting access to facility. Sometimes it's those laptops, So you might find you in a particular village, and the community, even the chief will go like, no, I'll ensure that you get internet to do the training. So the government is keen, we're seeing a lot of support, and the teachers are ready, and the students are ready.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we were supposed to have smart boards in this panel, because when you're talking about the readiness and the willingness and at a policy level enabling the connectivity, then to ensure access for all at every corner of Botswana, then it was going to be the question that we would have posed to smart boards, but smart boards is not here. Not yet. Okay, I'm going to come back to you, Dr. Bota, and speak to, when we're talking about this entrustment type of medical education, my curiosity is what would be the entrustable professional activities? Yes, and what levels also? Yes, because basically what I think I'm learning is that from you is that this is a system where we're trusting the student with more real life responsibility, and that's where my question starts from.
So it's actually talking a little bit also to what my dear colleague was saying on the side, but I think the first thing is that we actually should learn from things that's already been done. So globally, the best examples have really three things in common. The one is that they co-create curriculum with co-workers. It's not just that somebody decided to design something and we just deliver it. It is designed with the people for the people. And then it must be mobile first, so that people can learn and use the knowledge at any point. And then also include ongoing support. And I think that's exactly what our other colleague was saying, is that we find so often that people come in, give the solutions and just disappear. And there's no sustainability. And more money then goes into initiatives and projects, but we don't see the impact. So typically, if I can use an example, in Rwanda and India, digital learning is backed up by local mentors. So who help translate the theory into practice and contextualize for example, like for Botswana. And in the UK, they make these additional learnings part of everyday work. So instead of doing CPD training somewhere, paying some institution to get your CPDs to say that you can actually practice as a healthcare worker, they make it part of their everyday work. So they don't feel they have to do additional stuff. So for us at Anthropology, and I think if I can go on to that one, then I think I've covered mine.
We've got under 10 minutes left.
Okay, 10 minutes. So that's the inclusiveness. So we base our support on that inclusivity, to say that we need to design from the start inclusivity and accessibility and equity. It should not come as an afterthought. So when you design your courses online, it should already be designed for being accessible. Download in accessible formats, train in accessible formats, design in accessible formats, use the basic principles, have modalities people to download content, and then obviously also that digital skills orientation. Help the people how to use the technology. Just don't give them the tablets. Just don't give them the programs to implement. Show them how to do that. And then to summarize on that, we base that with Digicom Botswana on 4 pillars. And we want to have that healthcare system strengthening through the use of digital technology sustainably. We want to have health education as a service, not just to give it and just then disappear. We want to improve continuous professional competence development so that people can stay registered with the health profession councils. And then finally have that usable, universal, accessible but also affordable access to health for everybody, those who are learning, but their patients as well.
I like the way you answered it. But, because you packed more into your answer than what I had asked. In the less than 10 minutes that we have, in fact, it's less than 5 I'm seeing, there is also the Q&A incorporated. We have had our panelists basically introduce their view of the subject that we are tackling. Any questions or comments from the participants from the floor? Right. Robin Michael here. Oh, we've got what's faulty. Okay.
Good, thank you. Mine is just more of a general question. I think it's all in good creating a conducive environment for ideas to come out, technology to, sort of drive the narrative. But, what I keep wondering is, but are we having conversations around even, our procurement systems, our procurement framework? Are we ready to support the innovations and the creativity that we talk about? Because I still do see more often than not, parastatals or even government departments themselves, when they go out to tender to say, we're looking for an HR and payroll system. And should have implemented in 5 different places and must have this experience and that experience. And, in terms of our innovators and our creative and our creatives, where are they supposed to then get that experience? If we are not able to support and grow with them. So that now when they start going outwards and we want to export our technology, it's technology that is tried and tested, they've tripped and fallen with our support. So I think the issue here is really the last mile. It's all in good doing and saying all that we've been through, but are we now ready to support what is likely to come out at the end of the day? And I think that is what is key. Thank you.
It's interesting that you asked that because just this week we are seeing making news just that conflict from a creative supplier who feels that they have been robbed of their intellectual property and it being unfortunately passed on. So that the intellectual property will come into the fray where we are. I don't know if anybody wants to tackle it.
Thank you. Thank you, and a very good question. And guess what? And I'm sure most of you can attest to that. We've created a lot of platforms. If you check around, literally every other person who is in tech has created a solution. And what we've done is customizing it to the needs of a Botswana, whether in the village or in the city. And this is where you find it's not like we have a shortage of talent or skills or how innovative we are. And just alluding to what you've said, I mean, the outcry that was there a week ago, it was all in the media. You saw how many companies came up with, look at what I've been creating. And we know them, we work together, we collaborate. I think if you talk about like companies that have come up with solutions on LMS or health apps, including my own students, I've actually seen my Form 4, Form 5 students, children under 18, create world-class apps, one on mental health, that you're able to know. I'm feeling cloudy today, I don't want to go to school, who do I contact? Or somebody wants to abuse me in any form, that is for adolescents. So our emphasis is any tech that is not solving our human problem, we don't need it. It's actually literally dead on arrival. And that is where we need to link it to specifically what solutions do we need? Because we have created them. So maybe what we need is package up a little bit and scale up. And that is where the government is doing a very good job of bringing in investors. Because sometimes you have a little tool that is only supposed, I mean, you can't afford the cloud servers and stuff like that for you to get your project scaling up. But as for solutions, I would attest we have. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Am I speaking to myself?
Well, unfortunately, the panel doesn't have anybody that can speak to policy. So, but it's our government. We are allowed to talk behind its back. We are the government. So, yeah, please, if you want to also try.
Yeah. So the question was on procurement. I think what we also need to be very clear with is the type of solutions that you come up with. There is more of your enterprise kind of level solutions. You find that innovators at times they want to develop a fully fledged ERP. But we have your SAPs, you have your Oracles, your Pastels and QuickBooks. So I was saying you want to compete with those. So it's one thing to be able to develop a solution. It's another thing to be able to say, I'm going to compete, I'm going to provide what, Pastel or QuickBooks is not providing. So when I think we need to also look into how we innovate. Your add-ons kind of apps are much better than developing a full system because there's a whole market that's already established. There's a history to that. We are simply reinventing the wheel, we are simply demonstrating our ability to program. But if you develop your smaller applications, smaller solutions, add-ons, I don't know. I'm not sure if we are ready as a country to develop the next Oracle system.
Yes, but
I'm not saying we can't.
Let me just chip in there because the functional word here was procurement. We have been procuring the old systems. We were procuring. So when we're coming to this transformation, like I said, there's nobody here to speak to policy. I don't know how ready we are, to align our procurement with this, this season that we're at. I don't know if anybody in the room. Yeah.
And please, if you can first respond to that, I strongly feel there's one thing we need to be very mindful of, our data sovereignty. It is something we are losing every day. I don't think at this point in time we should be proud of using those oracles and stuff like that. And this is why I'm so particular on any little tool that is homegrown. We have one gentleman that has created, I think he calls it Classmates. It's a world-class platform. It's super good. I use for my organization Monday.com for project management. And I still, especially right now where AI is at, I'm still going like, can't I create my own Notion? You all know Notion? Those are little platforms.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So let's start from there. Let's still practice. Create those small apps. We will improve them with time. Let's own our data. Let's emphasize on creativity within just home, within the context, within Botswana. Thank you.
Okay. All right, I heard that voice, so unfortunately, we're gonna need to wrap up. You know, one thing that was also mentioned is that these tools are first taught to then service us. And as you're asking, you know, why don't we also participate at that level? Is even the artificial intelligence tools that we are using, they have been informed, but we are not informing these tools, you know. So with things that are relevant or peculiar to Africa, to Botswana. Like, can somebody teach AI Ubuntu? You know, and this is part of our value systems. And as operators of these tools, they also have to be relatable to who we are as a people. Unfortunately, I didn't want to close off with my voice, but I will have to close right here with my voice. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank my panelists very heartily. Unfortunately, this is all the time that we have. Thank you, or let's step down. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. And I think thank you as much to your panel as well. There were many questions in order, but unfortunately, for the sake of time, we are well behind it. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a very long morning session, so I'm going to kindly ask that we do break for a quick lunchtime session. Recess rather, but I think 30 minutes should be sufficient enough time.
We have join us, we wrap up here.
Like to have some lunch. Lunch is being served in there's a hallway, so
thank you very much, our listeners. You can see we're here with the CEO because it's noisy. I hope you've enjoyed this session. This is
Okay, hi. Thank you very much for staying with us, our listeners. And unfortunately, that's all the time that we had. But the panelists obviously had a whole lot more to share.
And thank you to this lady, the organizer.
Hello.
Say hi to our audience.
I want to thank you so much, guys, for logging in and learning about the digital skills from our experts.
Yes.
Bless your hearts.
No, just to say thank you very much. And it's actually amazing to think of how many people are actually participating in this, and just because of you and having the initiative of actually making this possible. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful day. And a big thank you to OneStream Live, the sponsor of this platform. We're streaming on more than 30 platforms, and we are super grateful. And since we love making noise, let's see who else is here. Hey, the beautiful lady. We need your beauty on the screen.
Hi,
So
how are you?
what has been your experience in this expo? Can you tell our audience?
Well, I think there's been a lot of learnings, and I'm picking what sometimes seems like complex conversations.
Yeah.
And I think in order for us to ever do anything and make a meaningful change, we have to first start with understanding and demystifying. And I think you just did one of those things to say, should we continue to, use foreign products, and therefore AI is here to drive innovation, and innovation simply being to break into systems, one process at a time, one product at a time. So I hope people will take away the fact that we don't also need to wait and keep saying government should do this. We don't even need to wait for regulation. Because the regulation is also about us being advocates for the policy. So
we should be asking, what can we also do for the government?
Yes.
Not constantly just waiting. And this is one big example.
Yes.
Somebody alone just showed up and organized this event.
Yes, absolutely. and we are here for it.
Yeah.
Let's support one another. Let's support local products.
Yes.
Let's
Homegrown.
allow innovation to scale up by actually also supporting our local entrepreneurs and innovators. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Lovely meeting you.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you, our listeners. Let me just see if you have another lovely lady who looks very young. Say hi to our audience and tell us your experience at this expo.
Hello. Oh, yeah, it's been a lovely experience being here. So much around technology, AI being discussed. I think I love today's session on education and
Yeah.
being inclusive. I'm from a cybersecurity background, so every time I hear
Nice.
inclusive,
Please tell us about
yeah,
that.
yeah. But I mean, what I was trying to say is, every time I hear someone say inclusive, for me, it's like it's more on security. If someone is able to log in their own details without asking the next person to do it for them
Yeah.
because they're blind, then for me that's a win, right? So
Awesome.
I love the
So
conversation.
how are we going to bridge the gap we have in
sorry.
cybersecurity? Because it's huge.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
we're talking about 5 million jobs,
Mhm.
what are we doing about it? In Africa, we're talking about 1.2 million.
Yeah,
How do we bridge
that's-
that? And
that's,
with cybersecurity, we're getting attacked every day.
Yeah. So, well, people should, I guess, start by reframing their minds in terms of. Alright. Oh yeah, in terms of thinking that cyber crime is a disruptor, but just think
Or like it's an issue
cybersecurity.
for some,
Yeah,
and it's
so
affecting us all.
it is. It's more on the business side than anything. Like
Yeah.
so, if you try to separate it from the business risk
Yes.
in its entirety,
Yes.
that's the first wrong thing that you're doing. Right?
So we need to tackle that.
You have to tackle it holistically
And train
because
people.
cybersecurity itself is an enabler of digital technology and all that. So if you're not taking care of that, you're essentially setting yourself up for failure because the more you get connected, the more you increase the threat landscape.
Yeah.
So in terms of training, we need those private public partnerships because obviously the government can't do it by themselves. We also need to make sure that the tertiary institutions themselves are aligned with what the industry is looking into. So if we're to at least partner with teams that have already set up in the cybersecurity industry to help us develop our own our content,
Yes.
right? Teaching material, right?
Yes, yeah.
That will be very helpful because then by the time the graduates are ready to join the workforce, they have the relevant
practical
skill
training.
and very practical. So yeah,
Thank you
and of
very
course
much.
ethics. Don't
Yes.
forget ethics.
Yes. You're doing very well. I'm so
Thanks,
happy
thanks,
when I
thanks.
see your age group here.
Yes, thank you so much.
So where did you go to school?
I went to University of Sunderland and then I did my master's in business analytics in
So you're a big girl.
Trinity in Ireland. Yes.
Oh, well done. So
Yes,
you're
thank
working
you.
right now?
Yes, I'm the lead analyst of the team, about 17 at Bokra, the Botswana cybersecurity team.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Thanks, thank you,
That
thank
is
you,
so
thank you.
impressive.
Yes.
We should catch up and talk some more.
Yes, we'll do that.
I have some youth that I would want you to come and
Sure
inspire.
thing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have seen this talent within the continent. That's a very young lady who's working for one of our biggest organizations. And that just says there's much more that can be done, and we're ready. I am gonna still a moment. Can I have you say hi to my audience?
Hi.
Hello.
These are some of our speakers for the day. I was very impressed you come all the way from US.
Yes.
Please tell
Yeah.
our audience and your project.
So we're from STA Materials. We've created products that cool body temperature. So as a means to combat the effects of extreme heat on both human health and productivity. So when the material is against your skin, we integrate it into shirts, other wearable garments, whatever people already wear. So construction workers, mining workers, agricultural workers, we can integrate it into their uniforms, whatever they're already wearing.
Wow.
To reduce, the effects of extreme heat.
This sounds like Botswana is ready.
Yeah.
Why did you choose Botswana?
The opportunity to present here. and I know Botswana is looking to lead in the tech transformation. So we've got a lot of progress already in Asia, especially in Singapore, who's been a great advocate for what we're doing in climate adaptation. And we've seen a shift from climate mitigation to adaptation because it's here, it's getting hotter, and we've got to adapt. So we would love to get into Africa, and we thought Botswana is a great place to start.
So you're having conversations with the government as well?
Yes. So while we're here, planning on talking to the military as well as the Department of Agriculture to try to pilot with agricultural workers as well as the military, which is what we're doing on the U.S. and the Asia side as well.
Yes, welcome. Please, I'm sure that people would like to connect with you. How can they reach you?
Yeah, so email address is connor@eztia.health. So that's CONNOR at EZTIA.health. Our website is eztiamaterials.com. And Connor Lewis on LinkedIn. Please connect, shoot me a message, and we'd love to explore opportunities to collaborate.
We're actually streaming live on more than 30 platforms, and LinkedIn is one of them.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Can I see you lady for a few minutes?
She's
amazing. Can you imagine? She's a girl in drone technology. Just tell us about
Yeah.
that. I've always wanted to meet you, so this is quite an amazing opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Sorry,
much.
that's
Yes. Well, my presentation was particularly looking at drone technology and how it intersects with artificial intelligence. I'm not particularly heavily involved in drone development. However, I do recognize that we can use modeling techniques. Like I mentioned, we have a computational and mathematical model. Such as the traveling salesman problem that we can use to shorten paths and shorten the time it takes to deliver access to medicine. So that for me, I felt like, okay, this is how we can take this current technology and advance it in this aspect. One of the things that was a huge challenge when I was addressing the situation of primary healthcare access in Botswana is access. So
Sorry, I'm taking you to a more quiet place. Because your conversation is quite interesting. Would love to know more.
Yeah, so addressing access means that you need to speed up the time it takes to go between one point to another. And then when I was realizing this, I realized, this is graph theory, because we have algorithms and graph theory that we use to mathematically understand how we can move in between a network as fast as possible. So if we're going to use drones, we need to equip them with the ability to know immediately how they can do this, so that people in hard to reach places and low resource areas can have what's it called, access.
So tell me, this is a space that is very much male dominated. How did you find yourself in this space, and what challenges have you encountered?
Can we just sit down?
Okay.
Yeah, indeed, it is male dominated. Some challenges that I have found is having to actually, I can give it by scenario. So at a table, if there's a man and me sitting down,
People
talk to the
come to the
man.
guy.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's ingrained bias. So having to be able to speak up and confront situations, being able to be confident in your skill set, because that's something that I had to work within myself to remember, oh no, actually
I can do this.
I had
I'm still smart enough.
I had an interesting experience where it was me and another guy. I'm the AI specialist, and this guy is involved in AI. He says hello to me, and the whole time he's talking to the other guy about AI.
Like you don't exist.
No, like I don't exist. It's a kind of funny, but I don't take offense to it because it's ingrained. But what I do is I make sure that I'm known.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do we ensure? So something that concerns me, you see, AI, this is a tool, but the data we're feeding it on, it's going to have a lot of bias towards women. Because systemically, I mean,
the culture we've created. So starting just from job selections to everything.
Yeah, in health, there's gonna be bias, right? Because I don't know what it was, but there's actually there's some scenarios in health where the data that was used to come up with these theories is actually primarily men right now, right? So I actually listened to a video of this lady who was practicing. She was speaking about, she practices in health as a practitioner, and she was explaining that there's this term within the American, she's American, so she was explaining the American system, that there's a term that they use. It varies and by name in different medical institutions, but it's basically called nagging woman syndrome.
What?
So yeah, so in this, she said, in the scenario in which a woman comes in for and complains about her health status, and they run all tests they can possibly think of.
Yes, it's a woman.
When they realize that they have exhausted the options they know, and you obviously, because this is a hierarchical thing, you go to the, she says she ended up going to her supervisor at that time, and she was like, oh no, it's like they gave it an interesting acronym, but what I can say basically was like they define it as a nagging woman syndrome. So they'll be like, that's an NWS, for example. So basically just ignore her because she's just
nagging woman.
She's just nagging. She's just complaining. You know, women complain
all the time.
Yeah. So that's why if I encounter that kind of experience where, let's say, I'm not considered, I don't personally take it, because how am I going to deal with an institutional thing by myself?
So I hope you're mentoring some girls because they'll look up to you.
I hope to mentor young ladies whenever I get the opportunity, because my postgraduate supervisor was a woman.
Oh, nice.
And we worked together to create studies on misinformation detection. And, you know, she revealed to me a study that was done. It's actually on my LinkedIn. I made it a post that the higher up you go, the fewer women there are.
Absolutely.
Not just in managerial positions, but in education too. But I added onto a conversation because I'm super minority, I can say.
Yes.
And when I was studying in Turkey, I was almost like the only black girl, the whole postgraduate.
So you just, I mean, you're black, you're African, you're female.
Double, triple, conundrum. Yeah, so when that was the case, I was like, okay, no, maybe next year there'll be a new installation. But when I looked at just below at undergraduate level, there's many black girls in STEM.
So what something happens for them to get beyond that?
Yes, and the study said that 28% of them have basically an imposter syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
And 8% of CEOs or high executives in UK, it's about 8% women.
Wow, we need to do something.
Yeah.
And well done.
Thank you.
And so lovely talking to you.
Thank
you. We're streaming on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on about 30 platforms. So could you please tell our listeners how they can get you, those and stuff like that? And also a little bit about your company and what you do.
Okay, so my LinkedIn is Koketso Baruti, KOKETSO, and then Baruti is BARUTI. My email is like my first and last name, 123@gmail.com.
Okay.
So you can reach out onto me. That's the email I'm most active in.
Okay.
But just last year, well, not just last year, but as I was doing my master's, I got inspired to start a research tech company.
Awesome.
Because I felt that like a lot of solutions lack depth because they don't research.
Yeah.
Research is an underestimated field.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, you have to accept that you won't make money.
Yes.
So
true.
I saw that gap and I was like, you know what? Everything needs to have wisdom.
Yes.
I actually operate on 3 pillars, which is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Awesome.
So through wisdom, you gain knowledge, and
Yes.
through knowledge, you gain understanding.
Mhm.
So those are the 3 pillars that I placed that are basically anchoring my idea. And I represent these through the 3 aspects of research, leading to innovation, leading to technology.
Well done.
Yes.
Africa is ready.
Yeah. So I hope to
And you're championing youth. What's the name of your company?
Thrive Africa.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thrive
but
Africa.
it's Thrive slash, no, not slash, what is it?
Oh, the underscore.
No, not underscore.
Dash.
Yes. Thrive-africa.com.
Awesome.
Because there's another company called Thrive Africa. But mine is Thrive-africa.com.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so inspired. You see, Africa is ready.
Yeah.
And Africa, specifically Botswana, is the place to be. You want to meet future-ready workforce, business people, come to Botswana. Thank you so much, our listeners. This has been a pleasure. We are off for lunch. You can join us virtually for our lunch, and we'll get back to you later. Thank you, and goodbye.